I'm getting on the southbound train right now. It's about to come from 5 Points. I had to stay up here. It's 1:13 a.m. to try to load these videos. I haven't eaten all day. I'm tired. And I don't know if they're going to try to hurt me on the way back to Merrill Avenue and Oakland Drive, where I was telling y'all Bernard's house was on my last two videos. I'll try to add the titles because my phone is on 7%. I have some money on my MARTA card for me to ride this bus, obviously. So I'm not walking on foot. Nobody needs to hurt me. I need to be able to make some update videos tomorrow exposing the witchcraft and some other stuff. But I trust in my God, and I'm crying because I miss my mother. I love my mother, and I'm going to fight for my son because they need their mothers. My mother was in this stupid stuff, and my God said something about somebody had did something to her. Barbara Thomas. That she did something to my mother and that she was trying to do it to me because she was jealous. And I need to go back because they have been doing stuff to me. Kiana Wiley, since I was 2 years old. And now I'm starting to understand why they kept hurting me and saying I had accidents. And then Kiana was saying that it was just an accident, but I knew, how could I have an iron burn on my arm at 2 years old? That was just an accident. How do I get pushed down a flight of stairs at 2 years old? That was just an accident. Why did I get hit by a car at 4 years old? Why did they Rockwaller and Andrew Jones house attack me in the house at 4 years old? Why did I get hit by a motorcycle? And then when I got old enough to tell, like, listen, not have accidents, like, no, anybody just having accidents, I'm wrong. They over here been attacking me. And God had shown me the legion of people that wanted me dead, and Kiana was right there. And I told you, when Mama made me go up to Chicago when I was 13 to visit Granny, when I was 11 first, Kiana choked me out during the summertime, almost killed me in front of the entire neighborhood, and I was screaming, y'all just go see her, let her kill me. Then when I was 13, she tried to fight me again. I beat her ass, and then Michelle and Irma grabbed both of my arms while she was trying to attack me and let Kiana start hitting me in the head with glass objects inside of Granny's house. This was in, I think, December. So they've been doing this shit to me in the summertime and in the wintertime. And God said something about them letting my baby stand up on chairs and stuff and not watching him, hoping that he'll fall. But think back to Kiana. She pulled out a butcher knife after Michelle and them tried to stop me from protecting myself when I was beating her up. And she was the one attacking me. She was throwing stuff all in my head, and she kept coming. Even when Irma took me in the bedroom and closed the door, Kiana kept coming in there and throwing stuff at my head, like oil sheen bottle and stuff. And I was like 13. She was 19. And then she took a butcher knife and came to try to stab me. And I slammed her into the mirror and it cracked. And I was gonna give her whatever she deserved for trying to stab me with that goddamn butcher knife. And then Irma stopped the fight. And then we started fighting outside in the snow and I was bleeding. She was 19 years old, I was 13. That ain't no coincidence because I told my mama and my grandmother and Carrie what she was doing. And then they just sitting there not doing shit, letting this woman do that to me. So I started walking up the street to Ernest's house because he was a police officer and he was my godfather. And I told Granny, I said, you're not going to do nothing about it. That I'm going over there to my godfather's house. And I'm going to tell them that y'all letting this grown-ass woman attack me like this. And she had my breast out in front of the neighborhood. And I had blood coming all down. And Granny started slapping me and telling me that I couldn't go tell Ernest. Then we went inside. They didn't say shit to Kiana. They tried to blame me. So now when God is telling me that these people are trying to murder me and showing me this legion of fucking satanic demons, I gotta go back and look at all the times that they claimed it was an accident and all the times that they was attacking me, because they wasn't just doing the shit because they just wanna fight me or I did something wrong. So I was a young girl when Larissa, my older sister, she came home telling me that she joined the Bloods gang, that she was a Blood now, and she was throwing up her fingers like this and spelling blood and shit. I thought she was just playing because I knew, like, nigga, we ain't no fucking gang members. Fuck you, mean. Mama raised us going to church. I thought she was just playing because she was just a teenager. And she was, I guess she was serious. So I'm on my way back to the West End. I don't know if I just missed the stop. No, here the West End right here. I'm finna get off. And I done been having these gang members follow me around, and God said they trying to murder me for my family and for other people in America. Some people probably all over the world, I don't know. But he said America was wrong for what they was trying to do. And I need to go through all the times that they attacked me. But I gotta load this video, and just in case I don't load no more videos, these are people that I want y'all to get for trying to murder me. Or if y'all don't see me post another video after this, these are people who I want y'all to go and apprehend. AC Brandon brought us. Austin Meta. But you know what? Nah, let me take that back, because yeah, they trying to do some shit to me, but I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna live. But let me just tell y'all, I'm on my way back to Bernard House. I'm at the West End train station. They got the charging port shut down at the West End train station. So I had to get on the train and go to 5 Point. They were trying to attack me and kill my baby up here at 5 Points. I mean, at the West End. And I had a black man look like he trying to come and push me off the fucking platform. And I had a black woman pull a gun out on me today. So I know they're getting real serious trying to hurt me for some blood ritual. And I'm not even in the gang. My family members are. So at the end of the day, I keep my trust in God. And I'm posting this video as quickly as I possibly can. Why is my phone not charging? Oh, I got to turn on my portable charger. And it's not. It wasn't charging real good, and there's so much information that I have to give. But let me load this one first, and then I gotta keep my phone. It's not charging. Oh, it's not plugged in. Duh. Okay, so this I gotta plug in that. I gotta So the reason why I got the camera on is because they trying to murder me. And then they trying to lie and say that I'm crazy. As you can see, there's a guy up here or whatever. It's just one guy. But they still trying to do what they trying to do. And you see it's not that many people or whatever, and I'm cool. But they just come up here on the platform. They're going to follow me everywhere because they trying to commit a murder. But my family, I don't know. I was crying because I was thinking, I loved Larissa. I loved her, and I was thinking about what God said, and I was like, damn, like, I know people get deceived and stuff, but I just wonder what God gonna do, and because they still trying to kill me, and I know they still trying to stop me from putting out the information. I would have been put out this information when I first got out the jail. I would have been put out what they did to me and my son. I'd have had it written up. I'd have had the dates of the times, the court dates. I know the court dates. I know the time frame that they had me where and what cell, what day, what time. Well, most of the days that I went to court, the days that I went to the court dates at Patty Madison's courtroom, man, I got all that information. I done wrote it down, and they done sit over here and try to bully me out of my evidence. Y'all see all my nails is gone. These people are trying to terrorize me. And I don't have any money to buy me a gun, because I need a gun. I need a gun because they're gangs and they're doing ritual deaths. God said they did it to 250 people, and they know that I know the information about the deaths and about how they doing it, and they know I know about the Satanism and the witchcraft that's involved as well. So they know that I am going to expose the entire operation. But they already got charges. I don't even want to talk about that right now. I'm leaving the West End. I don't know if there's another bus that I can get on that can take me to this man's house, because it is, let me see what time it is. It's 1:24 a.m. and these people done bothered me so much that I have not eaten anything today but this little bitty piece of Nutter Butter. And I'm hungry. And there ain't nowhere for me to get nothing to eat unless I walk far to some 24-hour store. And it's just not right. You know, look at my hair and everything. Like, they over here, like, trying to murder someone. Like, seriously? And they know that what I said already, that they was going to pay for what they did. So these folks think they going to get away with cutting up babies and all this old kind of shit with me? Hell no. They know I'm not letting it go, and they know what time it is. And they know I know about the murders that they done did. I wasn't there, but God showed me. And I know what they said and what they said and threatened to do to me and my baby. And I know what they did to this child in my womb. These people done starved us. They done tried to fight us. They done poisoned us. They done had us all passed out on the side of the road. They tried to shoot me today. They tried to push me off the platform. They done goddamn tried to run up on me and claim he was a Muslim right here at the West End, minding my business. They demonic asses is doing this. And this is why I'm telling y'all that they possessed. And that's why they don't want me to tell y'all that they possess, because ain't nothing that y'all gonna be able to do with these type of demonic ass people but to lock their ass in the cell for a long ass motherfucking time, because they murderers and they lying spirits. They know how to lie, sound intelligent, they know how to manipulate. They are very good at that. And that's why God said test the spirit, that we had to test the spirit. And I guess I did not understand, but they was always trying to attack my relationship with God. And that's what I already knew, they spirit. But I didn't know that they were Satanists. When Larissa told me she was a blood, I had no idea Larissa was walking around with that many fucking demons in her. And then when you think about the demonic possession and all the shit that they did to me in Stone Mountain, Georgia, where my sister claimed she was a blood, and they was child trafficking me out there, and they was putting me up out of their house. Drew was doing this gang shit to me, and I was in 6th grade, man. I was in 6th grade, and my mama brought me to his house. No, because I'm putting it together. I'm putting the pieces together about him gang abusing me, and he was my so-called dad. Because now I'm seeing what these men is doing, and I look back and now I know my daddy did that to me. He left me in the house. Him and Larissa brought me to that apartment. And it wasn't a real apartment. Every house they done ever brought me to, I thought it was my fault. They only let me live there with them for like 2-3 months while they tried to kill me and sex traffic me. And I blame myself all this time. And then they gave me that weed, and it was cigarettes. And I said no. I kept telling them I don't do drugs, I don't smoke cigarettes, and they kept pressuring me and abusing me until I did. And then they was gonna use it against me every time I tried to tell what they was doing. And then come back and try to give me the weed and stuff. But let me go back and tell you about my father. Well, my dad, because I have another father now. It's something about my real dad. My mama telling me my real dad. And he in it too, I think, or he might not be. But it got something to do with, so I see my real dad. But Andrew is not my real dad. That's what mommy told me before, like long when I was 16. And Andrew tried to lie and say he was. Mama said he wasn't. I don't know which one telling the truth. But I had a man come to me and tell me he was my real father. But I called Andrew dad. I loved him like my dad. And he used to bring me into these little apartments. And there was a bunch of men over there. And Larissa was supposed to be staying in the room and me. And Drew always said he had to go to work. And Larissa always said she had to go to band practice and she had to go to school. And Mama had made me come stay with them. And Shakina was staying with Mom on the west side. And when I come into the house, there's no food in there. I don't know how to cook. And it's not even nothing really to cook, nothing to eat. And then I would go and get changed from under his bed or something and then walk to the store. And that's how they do it. They put the female in there with hardly no food to eat to make you walk to the store. And then some man tried to talk to you. But that's not how it really was with me. I just didn't have food. There was never no food in the house. And I didn't think, he told me he was struggling. That he was struggling. And the whole time that I was over there, all the men in the apartment complex tried to have sex with me. And they were trying to take my virginity. And like 2 or 3 of them, 3, 4, 5 of them molested me. And they was all grown men. Except for like one. And he was in the gang too. But I didn't let them do what they wanted. Because I thought God would be mad at me. So when the man come inside my dad's home and try to take my virginity, I tried to put it in some, and then I said I felt holy and I felt like it was wrong. So I say no. And I get off the top of him. I didn't let him penetrate me. And then another man, he was trying to, but his penis wasn't big enough. And he was my age, and it just wasn't working. And all the boys over there, everybody was trying to do this. But it just wouldn't work. Like my spirit, it just wasn't feeling it. So even when this guy named Christopher, he got on top of me and nothing really happened. Like I told him to get off of me. And then it happened again at a studio in the apartments. The man said he was going to record my music because I sing. And when I came in, he recorded some of my music, and then he told me to come here. He pulled out my breast. I was like 14. And he started sucking it. I hated him. I hated him because I was like, why would you do that to me? I'm a child. And I knew I was a child. And I knew that he was molesting me. So I told him to stop. It did not feel right. I felt like he deceived me because he told me that he was going to record my music. And he started recording my music. And then he told me to come here. And he started sucking my breast. And it felt disgusting because I didn't like him. If I liked him, then I would have wanted him to do it. He was a grown-ass man, and I did not like him. And then so I told his roommate, he had a roommate that recorded music too, and I told him what happened, and I didn't want to record with the other guy anymore. And then he said that he would record me, and he started recording me some. And then all of a sudden, he did the same thing. He started pulling out my breast, and he started molesting my breast. Like when they sucked my breast, they was molesting me. Because they was like in their 30s and stuff. And then so like it was never anybody there. Shakina wasn't there. Mama wasn't there. Larissa wasn't there. Drew wasn't there. They always left me there alone. And all them in the apartments were trying to do stuff. And nobody feed me. Nobody I ate ice cream. I ate ice cream the whole time almost. I walked all the way to the gas station. The gas station was miles away. Now I see this is what the men do when they bring me somewhere. They make sure that the store is miles away from me. And I had to walk near an hour to get there. But it was on the end of the street. It didn't seem like it was that far, but then when you tried to walk it, it was far as hell. And Larissa was so cool with everybody. She was so popular. Now I see why. And it was at my expense. And Shakina was popular, and Andrew, and Mama. And it was at my expense. Because they were going to blood sacrifice me. And I always thought that people just liked them more. But when I felt that goddamn demon, I knew it wasn't worth sacrificing none one of your family members for that bullshit, nasty ass demon. Because once you get them demon in your ass, oh my God. And I don't think he wanted to hear it after that. After y'all done did stuff like that. So like, I don't know which direction I'm going to get back to Bernard's house. I don't remember how to get there, and I'm trying to record this, but Mama and Andrew, he said that he was gonna like make me go back to stay with my mom, and at school they was setting me up. They was in gangs at the school that my dad was bringing me to, and they kept beating me, trying to fight me and run me out to keep me from getting my education. Always bothering me. And, oh, Jesus, Father God, I don't want to go deep into the kids at school and what God showed me about these gangs and how they got their children doing stuff to children. They wouldn't let me sing. They told me I couldn't play basketball. They told me that I could not go be on a cheerleading team. They told me I couldn't be on the dance team. They told me that I couldn't do any extracurricular activities. And then they jumped me to get me kicked out of school. And they sex trafficked me since I was 15. And I blame myself when the girls brought me to the men and said that I could get some money for it. Because my family was leaving me outside and beating me up in the house and leaving me starving and stuff with no clothes on the streets for these men to prey on me. And these girls that was in gangs was trying to act like they would be my friends, and they was hoes. And they was telling me that I had to sleep with the men to get the money so I could eat, and I was 15. And when I was at Charles Cross and Lily Morrison, I was seeing the pedophilia they were doing to them little girls. I could tell how LaMarcus kept running off with Lulu and then doing stuff. Charles was asleep. Lily was asleep. LaMarcus asked me if I would have sex with him. I was tired. Then he laughed all slick, and he went and got Journey, Charles Cross little girl, his oldest. And then he didn't say nothing to Charles or nothing to Lily about taking their child away. He said, Journey, you want to come ride? You want to come ride with Uncle Marcus? With Uncle Marcus? And she looked like she didn't want to. And he was like, come on, come on. And when I seen him doing it, I was like, damn, he seemed like a child molester. He finna run off with this little girl, talking about he finna take her to go get something to eat. And her mom and daddy sleep. He ain't even said nothing to the mom and daddy about taking her nowhere. And they was drugged up. They was on coke and everything. And he was supposed to be supplying them the shit. Well, some weed, but not the coke or whatever. And so he brought Journey back hours later, like an hour later or something. They were gone, and I was like, man, he's riding around with their little 4-year-old, talking about he they uncle. And then he was saying stuff about pedophilia. Like he was saying pedophile stuff. and they was letting the little girls run around without their diapers on. And when I started telling about my life to Charles Cross, and I started telling about my life, like what happened to me, and that I got sex traffic rings in Stone Mountain, Georgia. It's nothing but pedophiles, and they raping and molesting those little girls over there. And that's where they started it with me. And then God said something about Andrew did something, and there's something about some sacrifice. I think these people already knew at some point I was gonna figure it out, that I was sex trafficked by my family, that I was abused because my family wanted me to be beat up and abused. And I'm still putting it all together because God was showing me my family trying to murder me. And I thought that they just wanted to murder me because they just wanted to, side with white people. You know how black people be cool, and that's pretty much what I thought it was. But God and some other people that's in the Illuminati found out about it. And then they kind of warned me that it was deeper than what I realized. And I know I got to go deep down and look at everything they did to me in order for me to heal. And I can't, and they don't never let me do it because they keep on abusing me. And now they think they just gonna murder me because I found out the truth about them. I thought they were just being evil to me because that was just human nature, to just kind of be evil. Sometimes I thought everybody had a different person. Now they were all evil to me, all of them. Turns out they was in a fucking gang. Please keep going. And Andrew said something about a lake in Larissa, and something about he would jump in there to save her. And then always letting stuff happen to me instead. And so God already let me know something about that. But I'm just a little emotional right now, y'all, and I need to tell the truth. I am emotional. Because my family was from Chicago, and Drew said he ran from there because of some gang stuff. And they never tell me the truth about anything. So they kept moving me from location to location every 2 or 3 months. I never stayed nowhere for a long period of time. They never let me have a stable address or any friends or any food in the house. And see, now that I'm seeing what these gang members are doing to me and how God said they doing it for my family, now I can see that my family were doing the gang shit to me in the house. And then I know about the demon, that demonic possession. And Kiana had it when she was 17, when she came in that room trying to hit Shakina and Desiree with that high heel shoe. And she came in there like she was finna try to kill one of them with the high heel shoe. She was finna hit them with the high heel. And I said, Kiana, please do not hit them with a heel. I said, if you're gonna hit them or whoop them, please. I said, get a belt. And she said, little girl, I'll hurt you. And I said, Kiana, you're gonna have to go through me before you hit those children with a shoe. And they was 7 years old, and she was 17 it was a high heel shoe. She was finna start clocking them. And then so she probably would have tried to bludgeon one of them to death. And so when I said that, she started viciously attacking me. I was 11 years old. And no, they were 9, 8 or 9. And I was 11 years old. And then she drugged me by my hair with the strength of a witch. And then she put me up outside. She drugged me by my ponytail all the way out of that bedroom, my grandmother's bedroom, all the way through the living room. Then she drugged me very quickly. Now I understand she's a witch because God told me. But she drugged me like a witch all the way across the floor to the front door, and then threw my body up against the porch and started choking me, and her nails were very long, like witch nails. And she started choking me almost to death. And my family, friends, everybody was just sitting there watching. And then I took the last of me because I was gonna poke her eyeballs out. If my family didn't get her off of me, and I said, y'all just gonna let her sit here and kill me? Get her. And then I was finna poke her eyeballs out. And then Uncle Kerry finally came and got her off of me right before I was finna poke it, because I was like, I'm gonna give him a second to come and get her up off of me. And then I put my 2 fingers up to go for her eyes, and I was finna poke them out. And then he got her off of me. And I was looking around, and I knew something was up with why Carrie and Irma Marshall, my grandmother, kept letting Kiana abuse me, and I never lived with them. So I want to do a time frame of all the locations where I was at since the time that I was born, and from what I can remember, and who I was with. And I want to do a time frame of how long I stayed there and who attacked me while I was there. And I want to do a time frame of if there was food in the house and how many times was I raped by these people. And I never wanted to tell anybody. I went to college and they fucked it up. Every time I went to school, they fucked it up so they could rape me. And yes, you want to hide it. No, you don't want to tell. Because I was a little girl when it started. They might have been doing, I seen a vision of somebody doing something to me, but I don't want to talk about that yet. Because I want God to tell me when it's okay to talk about it. I keep seeing videos of Andrew trying to be in the bed with me when I was older. And Austin was seeing stuff about that. But I don't want to talk about that. Because people love to play a role. Oh, she crazy. We would have never hurt her. We would have never did this. Just keep me safe and give me enough time to prove it. And I could prove what I'm saying. Because these people was viciously attacking me like they wanted to kill me. And they was trying to make it seem like that was normal. They was trying to make it seem like, oh, they just fight like that all the time. And, it's normal for people to try to fight to see who can win. I didn't want to do that. They was trying to kill me. I didn't want to fight. And then it's like they were trying to get me arrested to get me to go to jail so they could give me over to them devils. And now when God told me the truth about Satan and blood sacrifices, people doing it to their kids, and they was over there trying to blood sacrifice me at 16, trying to blood sacrifice me and get me over to devils at 13, but trying to get me to defend myself. They was slapping me as hard as they can in my fucking face and staging skits around me to have my mama slapping me hard as she can. So if I would have slapped her ass back, that's my mama. I would have went to jail. And now I know why they was trying to do the fucking shit. Same reason why everybody else trying to stage shit. But God said the traps that they laid for me, they gonna fall into. So they tried to get me killed. And now folks finna be getting killed. And now I really know what time it is. So when I see people being killed, I ain't finna say nothing. Not none of them. If it happened, they gonna have to come and bow to my feet. And I'm not God. But God said he will make them bow to my feet and kiss my feet before I ask the Lord to spare your life. After how many times y'all motherfuckers been trying to kill me. And then y'all thought y'all were gonna do it to my little baby. And y'all thought y'all were gonna do it to my newborn, to my son. And then think y'all were gonna set me up like I was crazy. I can't wait to get into all the details of y'all little gang and how y'all setting little children up to try to have accidents. See, that's why I know y'all don't want me talking. Because y'all know what y'all did to me when I was a baby. And then y'all talking about y'all gonna do this and that to my son. God, y'all finna be in trouble now.
And let me go on ahead and get out the store and get me something to eat, because I have not eaten all day on some gang shit, with these gangs fucking bothering me so much that I had to sit up here on this phone all goddamn day for my safety, and I need a gun. I'm a need for anybody out there who can protect me, come and get me, because they possessed. It ain't nothing that they can just stop doing. They gonna keep doing it because I know what they got in them. Because of Cynthia, when she did that witchcraft. So they done did witchcraft on all these folks in these gangs, and they dumbasses is walking around with Satan in them, and they over here chasing me, and they done starved me today. And then think they were gonna sit up and say I wasn't pregnant and that I'm crazy. And so let me just get me something to eat, because you see how the gangs is the ones that's gonna try to discredit you. So anybody that try to say anything about me, y'all need to inbox me their name, their number, and their information, because that's a gang member. And I'm going to want some vengeance about that motherfucking bullshit, thinking that you going to call me crazy. Michelle Smith in Chicago, Illinois. She in Chicago or Indiana. Somebody needs to go get them children from Michelle. Somebody needs to go get them children from Larissa Lachelle Jones if they giving her back her child, because they do not need to. And then somebody needs to go get Irma Marshall children. All of these people that I'm naming, they need to go get them kids from them folks. But I'm going to finish putting out the information about what they did to me. And if there's anybody else who have information about how they raised their children, please call CPS. Please put it on the news. Please put it on your social media. Anything that you have seen any of the Marshall family or the Jones family doing to their children, then you need to report it. And if you want to report it to me first, report it to me first. So,